Can you completely change your trading in 6 months? Most people would say no. Most people would say it takes years. And honestly, for a lot of traders, it does take years because they spend those years doing the wrong things. I traded for a long time before things clicked for me. And when I look back at what actually changed my results, it was not a new strategy. It was not a better platform. It was not more screen time. It was 3 specific things that I started doing differently. And once I started doing those 3 things consistently, everything changed within about 6 months. That is what this video is about. Not a shortcut, not a hack. 3 real things that will genuinely change your trading if you actually do them for 6 months straight. The first thing is focusing on the right things. And this sounds obvious, but almost no trader does it. Here's exactly what I mean. Talk to any struggling trader and ask them what they are working on. Most of the time, the answer is something about platforms. Which firm has the best rules? Which challenge is the cheapest? Which platform pays the fastest? Which account size gives the most room? And I can understand why. Platforms are exciting. The idea of getting funded and getting paid is exciting. But if you do not have a profitable system yet, none of that matters. You are going to blow challenge after challenge and wonder why it is not working. The platform is not the product you need right now. The product you need is a strategy that works. A real edge, something you have tested, something you understand deeply enough to execute under pressure when you are in a live session and the market is moving against you. I spent too long in my early trading chasing platforms before I had actually built the right foundation. I would pass a challenge, get funded, and then realize that I did not actually have a consistent process. I was trading on instinct and feeling. And instinct and feeling is not a business. It is gambling with some extra steps. The moment I stopped obsessing over which platform to use and started obsessing over whether my actual process was solid, that was the moment things started to shift. The platform became easy once the process was right. Before the process was right, no platform in the world could have saved me. So ask yourself right now, honestly, are you focusing most of your energy on finding the right platform or on building a process that would work regardless of which firm you use? If the answer is the platform, that is the first thing you need to change. The second thing is following a real daily process, and this is the one that most traders avoid because it requires actual discipline and not just motivation. Here is what a real daily process looks like for me. Before the session, I do a forecast. I look at the market, I identify where the liquidity is. I decide what I want to see before I take any trade. I write it down or say it out loud. Before New York opens, I already know what my bias is, what levels I am watching, and what I will do if the market does not give me what I am looking for, which sometimes actually means I do nothing. After the trading session, I do a review. 3 questions. What happened, what I got right, and what I got wrong. It does not have to be long, it can be literally 2 minutes, but I do it every single time I trade. And in the weekends, I look at the whole week. I ask myself what patterns I see in my mistakes. Am I repeatedly entering too early? Am I cutting winners short? Am I breaking a specific rule? And then I go into the next week with that awareness. That is it. Forecast before, review after, weekly check-in. It sounds simple because it is simple. But simple done consistently over 6 months will do more for your trading than any strategy course you could buy. The reason most traders do not do this is not because it is hard, it is because it is boring. There is no excitement in reviewing your trades. There is no dopamine hit in writing down what went wrong today. But the traders who do it consistently are the ones who actually improve. And the traders who skip it are the ones who keep making the same mistakes for years without understanding why. So do this for 6 months. Every session, no exceptions. You will not recognize your trading on the other side of it, I promise. Now the third thing is staying consistent for long enough. And this is the hardest one, not because it is complicated, because it requires you to keep going when you do not feel like it's working. Most traders quit too early. And I do not mean they quit trading altogether. I mean they quit on a specific process, a specific strategy, a specific approach before they have given it enough time to actually show them what it can do. I have seen this over and over again. A trader starts following a process. The first 2 weeks go well, then they have a rough week. And instead of staying with the process and understanding that rough weeks are part of every trading system, They decide the process is not working and they start looking for something else. And that cycle repeats forever. Here's the truth about trading that nobody wants to hear. You are going to have losing streaks no matter what system you follow. You are going to have weeks where nothing works. You are going to doubt yourself. You are going to question whether you are cut out for this. And the traders who make it through those moments are not the ones with better strategies. They are the ones who understand that consistency over time is the actual edge. Not a setup, not an indicator, but consistency. I went through long periods where I was not sure if what I was doing was even working. Periods where I would look at my results and feel like nothing had changed. And then something would click, right? A week where everything lined up, where the process I had been following paid off in a way I could not have predicted. And I realized that all those weeks of staying consistent had been building towards that. You cannot predict the outcome of the next 10 trades. But if you have a real process and you stay consistent with it, the outcome of the next 1,000 trades is something you can influence. That is what 6 months of real consistency gives you. Not perfection, not guaranteed results, but a version of yourself that is genuinely better at this than the version that started 6 months ago. So those right there are the 3 things. Focus on the right things, build your process before you worry about which platform to use. Follow a real daily process. Forecast before, review after, check in every week. And stay consistent for long enough because most traders quit right before things start to work out. Now, none of this is exciting. None of this is the kind of answer you're hoping to hear when you clicked on this video. But this is what actually works. And I know it works because it is what changed my trading. 6 months is not a long time, but 6 months of doing these 3 things properly, genuinely, not just when you feel like it, will change how you trade more than any course, any strategy, or any platform ever could. The work is simple. The discipline to do it consistently is where most people fail. Do not be most people. If you want to build this kind of process properly with structure and accountability behind it, I have a mentorship program called the Platform Blueprint. It is for traders who are ready to do this the right way. Link is in the description to apply. And if you are looking for a platform to trade on once your process and trading strategy is solid, I recommend Hola Prime. They have the fastest payouts in the industry and multiple accounts to choose from. You can use the link in the description and code NFX for a nice discount. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.